All right, I think we in the house. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. My name is Haziq Ali. Every single morning we meet up right here to help you go further, faster, with less effort. Our whole play is helping you make more money with your business. Your business is worth way more than you think. And to that end, every single day we bring you a curriculum that can help you do better in some small way. Mastery is always found in the nuances. It's not really in the major insights. After you get the basics down, mastery comes along in the form of little small nuances, little small insights that you pick up on your journey. And if you're smart, then you're learning from your mistakes. If you're wise, you're learning from the mistakes of other people. Can I get a witness out there? So every Monday, we focus on mindset. Every Tuesday is all about sales tips. Every Wednesday, we give you nothing but marketing game. Every Thursday is all about leadership. And then every Friday is free coaching Friday. If you want to get a question submitted for free coaching Friday, then what you want to do is make sure you join the newsletter. All you do is go to millionaireminded.com and you can join the world's best newsletter for entrepreneurs. Every single week, we split that thing into three parts. The first part is mindset, where you'll get some piece of philosophy that can help you out. Second part is heart set, where you'll get some piece of sort of like there's this science of achievement, but there's this art of fulfillment. And in that heart set part, it's about making sure you enjoy the journey, right? So there's always some quote, and then we give you the source that we got the quote from, if it came from a book, if it came from an article, everything from articles about magicians to books from Russian philosophers. We put all the sources in there so you can always look up where we got the quote from. And then last but not least, every single newsletter has a skill set section. So that's Zeke's technique of the week. If you just give it a try, I guarantee you're going to make more money. I've never had a job, man. Way before all this Inc. 5000 stuff, fastest growing companies in America, 3 years in a row. It was just me trying to figure it all out on my own. And I was like, how am I doing better than so many of the people around me that have degrees and all of that? And then it hit me one day, yo, your business school teacher didn't even have a business. And so it gives us a leg up because I've got experience in so many different industries. But I digress. Just wanted to welcome everybody here to another edition of Good Morning Millionaire. Make sure you rep your city. Let them know where you are checking in from. We want to know where we got family at, man. This ain't no little thing to us. We want to know, let us know we got people. So put your city in there, and also do us both a solid and like this thing. I know you don't know if it's going to be good yet or not. For all you know, this is going to be my worst show ever. We don't know. It's a crapshoot, right? It can happen. But like it anyway, because at least you're telling the algorithm, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you're tuning in from, you're letting the algorithm know you want to see more stuff about making money. And then it also lets them know I'm not a bum and it's okay to show this on other people's timelines. Capiche? We with each other? All right. That's very helpful. All right, let's get some of these shout outs done so we can get to today's proceedings. My man Daryl checking in. Glad to see you, my brother. Somebody checking in from one of the Facebook groups. You got to love it. What's up, Kay? Glad you made it in, Miss Mandy. Young Coco is in the house. What's up, Technisha? Glad you made it in, baby girl. What's up, Mark? Glad you made it in, Clara. Okay, then. Good morning, millionaire. What's up, Yahura? Precious Dunn is in the house. Let's go, girl. What's up, Tish? Glad you made it in this morning. Rika is in the house. What's up, Rika? Kimberly made it in. I love it. I love it. What's up, Darnisha? Let's go, Alan. Let's get it, Gwen. Let's go, Jeff. Let's go. All right. So shout this out. Share this in your Facebook groups, in your messenger groups, because check it out. A whole lot of people got blind spots that they don't even see, especially when it comes to knowing about themselves. And sometimes these blind spots are strengths that you should acknowledge, right? But more often, the part that people miss is their weaknesses. That's going to cause trouble, because if you have a problem, it's kind of like easier to fix it if you know about it. If you don't even know you have a problem, oh my gosh, days are just going by and you're wasting it when you could be working on it, right? So what I'd like to do this morning is I'd like to give you 7 things that you can think about. I got some of these from your boy Harvey McKay. They wrote Swimming with Sharks. I got some of these from John Maxwell. I want to give you something I had gotten this together for a mentorship call, but I'm just going to give it to y'all for Leadership Thursday. So as you listen to this, please be open-minded. Try to see yourself. Try to see your shortcomings. Become aware of patterns, right? Intelligence is just pattern recognition. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Can somebody give me that in the comments? Check it out, y'all. Intelligence is just pattern recognition. Intelligence is just pattern recognition. Somebody give it to me. Millionaires, as you become aware of recurring issues, right? You're going to be able to fix them. You can't manage what you can't measure. Maybe you'll find your Achilles heel. If you don't know who Achilles is, Achilles was this cat in ancient Greek mythology who was totally indestructible, except in this one tiny spot on his heel. They had dipped him in the indestructible juice, holding his heel. So when they dipped him in it, the heel was the only part that didn't get covered by the indestructible juice. So that's Achilles' heel, right? So that one flaw allowed his complete and total destruction. That's the way flaws work, right? So don't minimize the amount of damage that this one small weakness can create. Deal? Everybody with me? Is that a deal? We're going to acknowledge our flaws so we can work on them. Our job is to create the kind of character that makes success inevitable. We want to have the kind of personal philosophy that makes success inevitable. We want to have the kind of character that creates heaven on earth, right? All right. So here's flaw number one, poor people skills. Let's go. Poor people skills, poor people skills. This is a big one. Probably the greatest obstacle to success that you're ever going to see. A poor understanding of people. We talked about it on Sales Tips Tuesdays, where we were breaking down how most people know more about their product than they know the prospect problem. You got me? We got to start understanding that people are the reason that we can win, and people are the reason that we can fail. A lot of times at the top of the list of reasons that leaders mess up is their inability to effectively relate to other people. I was talking to some people a couple of days ago. They were complaining about not winning some business deal that they had got. Oh, it's not fair. It's not fair. That's my voice, not theirs. Everybody involved knew each other. We didn't have a chance. It was all politics. But as they kept on talking about it, what it sounded to me was like they were talking about relationships. Right? A lot of people that fail, even in the job. I know a lot of us are entrepreneurs, but some of us have jobs, right? And maybe you would appreciate knowing that the reason that most people cite as being how they failed on the job was office politics. But the reality is that a lot of times you're just interacting with people in a poor manner. You can have all the academic intelligence in the world, but still lack social intelligence, the ability to be a good listener, the ability to be sensitive towards others, to give and take criticism well. And if people don't like you, they might help you lose. You get what I'm saying to you? On the other hand, if people like you, you can get away with serious mistakes, man. As a matter of fact, a mistake might even push your career forward if the boss feels like you handled it in a mature, sensible, responsible way. I don't want you to let that go over your head. How are you when it comes to working with other people? Are you genuine and authentic? Do you continually put up a front? Are you worried about saving yourself at the cost of everybody else? Do you listen carefully to other people? Do you do most of the talking? Do you expect everybody else to conform to the wishes of you? Right? Do you always have them conforming to your schedule, your agenda, or do you look for ways to meet people on their terms? If you haven't learned how to get along with people, you're always going to be fighting this uphill battle. Millionaire, making people skills a strength you work on might take you further than any other skill you develop. People like to do business with people they like. I think it's President Teddy Roosevelt who famously said the most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with other people. Am I making sense? That leads us right into number 2, y'all. A negative attitude. A negative attitude. There was this famous cartoon where the guy's getting his palm read, and she was like, yo, you're going to be miserable, sad, and poor until you're 30. And then the dude's like, yo, what happens when I'm, once I finally turn 30? And then the fortune teller's like, you're going to get used to it. Anyway, a negative attitude, man. There's this other joint where all these people is on a bus and they get into this bus accident and everybody dies. So before they right when they're about to die and whatnot, the angel shows up, this genie and whatnot, and it gives him all wish. And then the first one's like, "Yo, I want to be gorgeous," right? And then grants the wish. The next one's like, "I want to be gorgeous." Grants the wish. The next one's like, "I want to be gorgeous." Grants the wish. At this point, the dude in the back of the line starts laughing. You know what I mean? He blames again. "I want to be gorgeous." Keeps on, but "I want to be gorgeous. I want to be gorgeous." Then he gets to the dude at the end of the line, and it's like, "You only get one wish," and he's like, "Yo, I wish all of them was ugly again." He's rolling on the floor laughing as it's getting close to his turn because he knows he's about to hate on everybody else. You know what I mean? This is people's attitude out here, man. People are hella negative, right? I could tell story after story about it. Millionaire, your reaction to the circumstances of your life has everything to do with your well-being. It's your reaction to the circumstances. Yeah, you're going to have haters around you, right? But what I'm saying to you is that it is about your response. W. Clement Stone, who founded Success Magazine, he tells a story about this young bride who had traveled with her husband to the desert during World War II. And because she'd grown up in the East, the desert seemed hella remote. It seemed hella desolate. And where they lived, they ain't make it no easier. Only housing they could find was in some shack in a village full of Native Americans. None of them spoke English. She was there alone all the time. It's always hot as heck. It's the desert. And then when her husband was gone forever, she started writing her mom like, "Yo, I'm coming home." A few days later, her mom writes her back. And she's like, "Two men looked from prison bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars." Huh? This helped her see things a lot more clear. Maybe she couldn't improve her circumstances, but she could improve herself. Two men looked from prison bars. One saw mud, the other one saw stars. She starts making friends with her Native American neighbors. She starts working with them on weaving and pottery. She takes time to explore the desert, discover all its natural beauty. Two men looked from prison bars. One saw mud, one saw stars. Next thing you know, she's living in a whole new world. Only thing she changed was her attitude, millionaire. If your circumstances constantly are getting you down, maybe it's time for a change. Not in your situation, but in your attitude. Maybe God is preparing you for a higher level that's going to take a higher level of mental toughness. And if you can learn to make the best of any situation, you can start to remove obstacles that are between you and your dreams. Two men looked through the prison bars. One saw mud, one saw stars. Am I making sense to somebody out there? Here's number 3, y'all. Here's number 3. You ready? What about a bad fit? Why y'all ain't tell me that the title still wasn't on the screen? I mean, y'all sharing it with people and they like, what the hell is going on? What is this dude talking about? He preaching. Oh, what the hell is he talking about? All right. So we talking today is about 7 blind spots that every leader should be looking for. So far we talked about a blind spot called bad people skills. We talked about a blind spot called having a negative attitude. And the third blind spot I got for you this morning is when things are a bad fit. Millionaires, yeah, we should always examine our attitudes when we don't enjoy our circumstances. Sometimes a change in situation is going to be the perfect recipe, right? But sometimes you got mismatched abilities, mismatched interests, mismatched personality, mismatched values, and this can make you lose accidentally, man. This is filmmaker David Brown. He started off in corporate America. He was fired from 3 different jobs before he realized that corporate life wasn't for him. So then he gets to Hollywood, starts working his way up. Next thing you know, he's the number 2 man at 20th Century Fox. He was fired after recommending a film that turned out to be a flop. Next thing you know, he's vice president at a library. He was fired when he clashed with a coworker. Later, he gets rehired by 20th Century Fox. 6 years later, again, he was fired. This time, he got fired along with 20th Century Fox as president. But here's the vibe. Even though he failed as a corporate executive, he was always hella successful when he pursued his own ideas. So what did they do? They went on to produce their own movies. That's how we got the movie Jaws about the shark. Y'all remember Jaws? My whole point here is that there are few things in life that are more frustrating than being stuck in a profession or an organization or some kind of vibe that don't suit you. It's like always having to wear shoes that are either 2 sizes too large or 2 sizes too small. Are you a salesperson but you're stuck in a job of an accountant? Are you a corporate executive who'd rather be home raising your children? Are you an engineer who'd rather be pastoring to your church? Are you an entrepreneur working for an organization whose idea of progress is moving backwards slowly? Right? Evaluate yourself in your situation, because the blind spot could be you're in a place where you don't fit. Here's the fourth one I got for you. Somebody say, if it don't fit, you must quit. No, I'm just playing. That ain't what Johnny Cochran was saying, but y'all with me still? All right, here's the fourth one, y'all. Lack of focus. Lack of focus. Bad stuff happens when a person can't focus or won't focus or don't focus. One day a businessman, he visits this small town. He goes into the flower shop because he wants to order flowers for a friend who's opening up a new business, right? The flower shop owner is hella busy, scrambling to fill all these orders. So she's a little distracted while she's taking the businessman's info, right? So later that day, the man arrives at his friend's grand opening. He sees this big floral wreath with his name on it that says, "With deepest sympathies during this time of sorrow." The businessman is irate. Like, he calls the flower shop to complain. He's like, what in the world happened? You know what I mean? Do you have any idea how stupid you made me look? I'm so sorry, the shop owner says. I was a little scrambled when you came through, but your situation wasn't nearly as bad as it was at the funeral home. The card that I accidentally sent to the funeral home was like, best wishes in your new location. All I'm saying is that anybody can make an honest mistake, especially when stuff is hectic. But people who lack focus have trouble, not because they're too busy, but because their priorities are all out of whack. That wastes the time, that wastes the resources. And if you go from task to task to task and you ain't making no progress, you got a lot of activity, but you don't have any productivity, right? And next thing you know, you're on a treadmill. All I'm saying to you is that you might want to examine your focus. You might want to examine your focus, because can't nobody move without it. Here's number 5. Weak commitment. Weak commitment. There was a time when it seemed like being nonchalant was cool or something. Everybody was quiet quitting, right? Everybody was living high off PPP loans and Affordable Care Acts, right? But I look around, it seems like effort coming back in style. Seems like commitment coming back to be a thing. And that's good, man, because without commitment, you ain't going to accomplish nothing of value. You hear me? I tell them, if you got commitment, if you have certainty, if you have belief, you really don't need a lot of these sales skills that we be teaching. Are you committed? Because the minute you commit, a whole stream of events that come from that one decision start to raise the odds in your favor. All kinds of unforeseen incidents start to happen. All kinds of material assistance, which no man can dream up, start to suddenly flow into your life once you've made a decision. Last time you failed, last time you lost, did you stop trying because you failed, or did you fail because you stopped trying? I dare you think about it. I dare you think about it, right? Did you stop trying because you failed, or did you fail because you stopped trying? What was your level of commitment? Did you give it everything you had? I dare you write these down and look at them as a leader. Because if you know you ain't going the extra mile, if you know you ain't put enough of yourself on the line to guarantee that you would give it your best, you were setting yourself up to fail from the beginning. Keep it real. I don't care what you're doing. If you're doing a business right now, are you committed to it? And I shouldn't say, are you committed? A more accurate way to say it is, what is your level of commitment? Because commitment makes you capable. Somebody get that to me in the comments. Commitment is what makes you capable. It's your commitment that expands your capacity. It's commitment that makes it possible for you to fail forward until you make it happen. What is your level of commitment? Commitment expands capacity. Commitment makes you capable. Number 6. I'm hurrying up, y'all. I promise you 7 of them. We got a couple more minutes. Yeah, Lola. Yeah, Lola. Ain't that a question? That's a question for the ages right there. That's exactly right, Sharmalyn. Commitment makes you capable. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? All right. Number 6, the 6th blind spot you want to look for as a leader. Number 6, the 6th blind spot you want to look for as a leader. Y'all come on and join me on Instagram. We're going to do our affirmations right after this. It's a Leadership Thursday, but we definitely still going to do our affirmations. Let's get it. Here's number 6, y'all. An unwillingness to change. Probably the most relentless enemy of personal growth, y'all. Probably the most relentless enemy of achievement is inflexibility. Inflexibility. 2 words every leader got to deal with. It's creativity and flexibility. Creativity and flexibility. Every leader got to deal with it. Creativity says there's always a way. Flexibility says there's always more than one way. Millionaires, you cannot be a leader and be inflexible. Some people seem to be so in love with their past that they can't deal with the present. Again, I had put this together for a mentorship call, and there was this thing that I came across in a seminar that always was hilarious to me. It was like 10 strategies for dealing with a dead horse. I thought the list was hilarious. Since I'm telling y'all the rest of my corny jokes, I might as well give y'all the 10 strategies for dealing with a dead horse, right? Number 1, buy a stronger whip. Number 2, change riders. Number 3, appoint a committee to study the horse. Again, this is 10 strategies for dealing with a dead horse. Number 4, send out a memo declaring the horse ain't really dead. Number 5, hire an expensive consultant to find the real problem. Number 7, harness several dead horses together for increased speed and efficiency. Number 8, rewrite the standard definition of a live horse. Number 9, declare the horse to be better, faster, and cheaper when dead. Number 10, promote the dead horse to manager. Right? Now, the reason this list is so hilarious is I bet you if you've been paying attention to your organization, if you've been paying attention to any system I bet you've seen every one of these solutions before, right? But there's really only one effective way to deal with that problem. When your horse is dead, get off the joint. You know what I'm saying? Get off. Millionaires, you're not a leader until you can thrive on change, right? I remember this old Calvin and Hobbes comic strip. That was always my favorite comic strip, with like the little boy and his pet tiger, and they're going down the hill, and Calvin's like, I thrive on change. And then the tiger was like, oh yeah, because this morning you just threw a tantrum because your mom put less jelly on the toast. And then he thinks about it. He's like, I thrive on making other people change. All I'm saying to you is that you don't have to love change to be successful, but you do got to be willing to accept it, because change is a catalyst for personal growth. It gets you out of the rut. It gives you the fresh start. It affords you new opportunities so you can reevaluate your opinion, so you can reevaluate your direction, so you can reevaluate the impact that you're having. And if you resist this change, you're really resisting success. Somebody give it to me in the comments. Resisting change is resisting success. It is. You got to learn flexibility. You either got to learn flexibility or you just got to learn to live with being a failure. I mean, pick one. And this is the last one I got for you this morning. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Instagram thing on the screen so y'all can come over there and do your affirmations with us. We're going to get busy. Shortcut mindset, y'all. A shortcut mindset. You got to get rid of the shortcut mindset. In Arabic, it's Sirat al-Mustaqim. It's like the straight path. You know what I mean? Man, may God keep me on a straight path, the path of those who go not astray. Why? Because usually the only shortcut is a straight path. Millionaires, A really common obstacle to success is your desire to cut corners, to take that short road to success. But the straight path be the only shortcut, man. Victory belongs to the most persevering. A lot of people underestimate the time it takes to achieve something of value. To be successful, you got to be willing to pay them dues. Most people overestimate what they can do in a couple months and underestimate critically, sincerely, and tragically what they can do in a couple years. They overestimate what they can do in a couple months. They underestimate what they can do in a couple years. Millionaires, if you look at inventors, I'm talking about this cat, James Watt, was going at it for 20 years trying to create a steam engine, night and day for 20 years, man. Think about that. William Harvey, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, Charles Drew, these people that studied all these things about the body. We talking about 8, 9, 10 years, laboring day and night to figure out how blood is circulating through the body. It took another 25 years for the medical profession to acknowledge he was right. You understand what I'm saying? Cutting corners is really a sign of impatience. It's really a sign of poor self-discipline. But if you're willing to follow through, you can create breakthrough. The common denominator of success is forming the habit of doing things that the losers don't like to do. If you continually give into your mood, if you continually give into your impulses, if you continually make yourself a slave to instant gratification, you're going to set yourself up for failure. That is a path that makes failure inevitable. The best method is for you to set standards for yourself that require accountability. Suffering a consequence for not following through is the only thing that's going to help you stay on track. The pain of not doing it got to seem bigger to you than the pain of actually getting up out that bed when you said you would. Once you got these new standards in place, work according to your standards and not your mood. That's going to get you in the right direction. Millionaires, this is something you can do through practice. I know you're saying to yourself, that just ain't me, Hazi. Well, how many years are you going to continue going with that's just not me? Truly successful people, truly successful leaders, they've learned that you can't just do what comes naturally. You got to do what is necessary. Real success comes from experiencing that fear, experiencing that discomfort, experiencing that aversion, and acting because of it. Because you know that's the signal that this is growth. Hope that was helpful for you. Again, this morning we were talking about 7 blind spots every leader needs to know. Come rock with us over there on Instagram. We about to get busy right now. Say our affirmations. We still going to be done by 8:15. Come holla at your boy. I hope you are ready to do something a little bit different this morning. These are the same exact affirmations I said when I was sleeping in my car. I'm a really big believer that they work, and I'm living proof of it. So come over there and rock with us. I know you probably never tried it before, but come try it right now. We're on Instagram, Mr. Haziq Ali. And remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals would just start to shrink to match your mind. Let's grow.